Family and friends, we're blessed again to be back for another one. I'm your host, TJ the Conservative Hustler. Let's just see what the hell going on now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. Today, the Jefferson Parish Sheriff announced an arrest in the murder of an employee of the New Orleans Police Department.
She was also an Uber driver who had no idea she was being targeted by a man who intended to kill someone, anyone who responded to his request for a ride. Meg Ferris has been following all of today's new developments and joins us live now. Meg, this is such a tragic story.
Well, I want to read to you a tweet by Wendell Pierce. It says, Yolanda Dillon, my church member for decades, a woman with a heart of gold and a deep love of God, was murdered yesterday. The murderous violence of New Orleans and this country has come even closer to me personally. We are in crisis.
You can't just go take nobody's life. Somebody who not doing you nothing, just take their life. That's my only child. I don't have no daughter. When your child leave in the morning, you expect to see.
You see this pain right here? The nerve of you weak beta males and anybody else had the audacity to question me calling out this nonsense as to what's going on in the community. I mean, who's causing this? Did a white supremacist cause those tears? Huh? Killed her only child. For what? Let's just see why her only child was killed, okay? Let's just see why.
See him come back, you know.
Edna Dillon living with cancer. Her only child, Yolanda Dillon, was everything to her.
She took very good care. She made my groceries and cooked and bought everything, you know. She paid all my bills and things. So he just left me with.
And remind you to stay taking care of her elderly, disabled mother, okay? How many of y'all did that or are doing that? Huh?
Nobody, you know.
Yolanda was 54, a breast cancer survivor. She lived with her mom and was one step away from getting her PhD in sociology. She was driving Uber to make extra money for tuition costs and all the Christmas gifts for family and church children. She was on an Uber run, and JP Sheriff Lapinto says she picked up 29-year-old Brandon Jacobs and dropped him off at the Travel Lodge in Harvey around 3 o'clock Thursday. As they pulled in, he just stabbed her from the back. You see him walk away. The next person goes to get in the Uber, see crime, and runs back in for help.
When we act
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But I'm the problem though, right? You crazy as hell.
asked him specifically, how did you pick her? His response was, I didn't pick her, Uber picked her. Yeah.
I didn't pick her. Uber picked her. You let that sink in the next time you let in your car while you Ubering, okay?
Meaning that she was the random person that picked him up that day.
Deputies arrested Jacobs of.
So I'm the calling him out, right? So if I'm the Uncle Tom Coon sellout, what do you call him for randomly stabbing a woman for nothing?
Harvey. He is charged with second-degree murder. The sheriff says there is a mental health aspect to this case.
He actually videotaped the incident, the aftermath of the incident.
Fuck that. We're not hearing no more of this mental health out. This was an animal thug who did something crazy, cruel. He needs to be treated like an unhinged animal and put in a cage forever like one. Period. Or put down like an unhinged animal, just like he did that lady.
posted on social media. We had to work with Facebook last night to get that removed this morning.
For 10 years, Yolanda worked as a fiscal budget analyst at NOPD. Chief Ferguson describes her as quiet, humble, and always positive.
Truly an extremely lovely person. The team loved her. As I said, we really had to deal with some emotions this morning with our staff.
Now a mother wonders how she's going to go on.
He took my only child.
And that was Edna, the mom, and she says that Yolanda, her only child, was born on her birthday, and she didn't know that her daughter was picking up fares to go on Uber. She thought she was just delivering food, like with Uber Eats. Now, the funeral's going to be here at St. Paul the Apostle, which is in New Orleans East, but they don't have a date set yet. Yolanda was very active in this church, helping the children. She was a lecturer. She did many things here, and people here are mourning as well. Reporting live from New Orleans East, Meg Farris, Eyewitness News. Back to
But I'm the problem, right? 54-year-old lady Ubering, animal thug stabs her up for no reason. Tells the police, I didn't pick her. Uber picked her. Wow. You don't want police around for it? Let's see if you want police around for this. Since I'm the problem for calling it out, let's see about this right here. Let's see if you want police around for this, okay? Since I'm the uncle, I hate myself. I'm the Uncle Tom. I just want to know, what do you call them?
You know, our world was really turned upside down, and really for no good reason, just a truly senseless act.
Emotional words spoken from a son whose heart is broken. David McBride is still grasping with the fact his mother's 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles is gone. McBride tells Channel 2 Action News they found his mother stabbed to death inside her garage, inside this gated community on Paces West Terrace in Buckhead. Family and friends of Eleanor met outside her home Sunday night to remember her, but most importantly, celebrate her life.
We've been really overwhelmed by the support. I mean, I'm just looking around here at this crowd, and it's just it makes us feel very good about the community that was around my mother.
Annette Loper says Eleanor was a devoted member of the Poppy Garden Club here in Atlanta. She loved animals and her family.
We are really sad, and we're particularly concerned about Michael, you know, her son who found her.
Friends started this GoFundMe page to support the family get through such a difficult time. Sunday, Atlanta police released these photos of somebody they're calling a person of interest. Police are looking for this man. To ask him what happened to Bowles.
The motive appears to be a crime interrupted robbery. Ms. Bowles was in possession of a 2021 Lexus RS 350, and we believe that the individuals.
What do you call that? If I'm the Uncle Tom Coon sellout, what do you call he? Huh? What do you call him? What is he doing? Anything productive with his day? No. He's carjacking a lady for her Lexus, but I'm the problem, right? So put yourself in their shoes. What if that was your mama's car? What if that was your auntie, your grandma getting ready to go to work? I thought so.
Was attempting to steal the vehicle. Ms. Bowles may have encountered him, and she was killed.
Police later recovered the vehicle Saturday night and are processing it, but now they need your help.
I know justice will be served. I absolutely know it.
Thank you to everyone for being here and for supporting Mom.
Have y'all lost y'all damn mind? Have y'all lost y'all damn mind? No police? In the hood? I mean, what? What are we talking about? And I mean, we can be talking about the same hoods I'm talking about. It just can't be. It just can't be. You gotta want police around for this, huh? You gotta want what did it say? 12-year-old killed, 5 teens injured in shooting near Atlantic Station, huh? Atlanta mayor says what? He ain't saying shit because he just voted for somebody who ain't even trying to get rid, who ain't thinking about getting rid of crime. They want to flip. You know what? I ain't even gonna get into all that right now. Everybody know what they doing in Georgia. Crazy as hell.
Atlanta's leaders sounding an all too familiar tune tonight, addressing yet another deadly shooting in the city. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Joe Ripley. We first brought you this as breaking news last night at 11. One person killed, 5 injured in a shooting near Atlantic Station. And today we've learned a lone fatality.
Is there any white supremacists doing this?
In that shooting was a 12-year-old boy. We began our team coverage tonight with 11 Alive's Dawn White. She was on the scene last night, and tonight she's back near the scene. So, Dawn, what do we know right now?
Joe, just hours ago, the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office identified that 12-year-old boy as Zion Charles. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens, he said this afternoon that the 5.
I don't want y'all to let this go over your head. We're talking about a 12-year-old baby who's been shot. 12. Okay? Don't let that just go over your head.
People who were shot here outside of Atlantic Station are all teenagers. The mayor also added that one of those teenagers is currently in the hospital in critical condition. And that teen, as well as a few others, are students in Atlanta public schools. Atlanta police tell 11 Alive off-duty officers escorted the group off the Atlantic Station property due to curfew violations and unruly behavior. Investigators say a fight broke out within the group close to the 17th Street Bridge, and there could be multiple shooters as 3 guns have been recovered. The mayor says several parents didn't know their kids were at Atlantic Station, which already has a heavy police presence this time of the year.
I'm a parent of a 17-year-old daughter in this city, and
this is one of the beta male representatives of Georgia. He won't call out who's doing the crime. He won't go to the community where the crime is at. But they'll wait until somebody get knocked upside their head by a white man to start all the hooping and hollering and the crying in the programs, when he know where the problem is and always been. In the hood, caused by the animal thug. I said it for him. I'm sick of it.
it is my everyday task to make sure I know where she is from time she goes to school to her volleyball practice, to her after-school job, to visiting friends. And so I'm asking parents right now that you use your phones, your Android or your iPhones. They all have trackers.
And this comes at one of the busiest times of the year for the popular shopping destination. Coming up after the game, I'll have more on possible safety measures in the future to prevent shootings.
Safety measures from who? Who do you got to guard your car around Christmas time, huh? Who you got to go out there and make sure your shit is locked? You can't hide your presents in your car no more. Because of who? Who gonna bust your windows and fuck your car up and steal your presents? Excuse my French. You know who gonna do it. Let's get into this main event, man. I guess you don't want police around for this guy either, huh? Yeah. Man, y'all, I don't know. what the hell done happened, but y'all done got crazy as hell. I mean, stabbed the lady up, and he had the audacity. He had the audacity to say, Uber did it when y'all sent her to me. Really? Wow. Like, uh-oh. More packages just came from the store, baby. More packages at my door. For you haters. Let's see what's going on with the animal thug. I wish they shut up.
A crime spree that's from metro Atlanta to central Alabama involving kidnapping, multiple rapes, and even murder. And tonight, Michael Butler, who was out on mandatory release from Alabama Corrections, is now back behind bars. And 11 Live Cody Alcorn, you've been digging into his crime spree. So, Cody, we're talking about horrific crimes committed in a very short period of time.
That's right, Ron. No doubt this guy is a predator. Now listen to this. His crime spree spanned just 3 days, over 100 miles apart between metro Atlanta and central Alabama. We're talking 3 separate rapes, a kidnapping, 3 shootings, in which one ended in a death. Horrific crimes involving multiple victims and just one suspect.
This is a violent and dangerous individual.
The St. Clair County, Alabama sheriff describing Michael Butler. His alleged crime spree spanned just 3 days, but take a look. It started on Thursday, November 3rd. From their Waterworks Road home in Noonan and pistol whipped the man. Later that night, 15 miles away, Chattahoochee Hills police say Butler continued his crime spree off Hutchinson Ferry Road. Police say he shot a man in the chest and leg. The victim was airlifted to Grady and survived. Butler is then alleged to have headed back to Alabama, where today the sheriff tied him to the rape and killing of Victoria Ann Millette on Saturday, November 5th.
Ms. Millette had suffered from multiple gunshot wounds, therefore causing her death.
Butler was arrested following a pursuit on Saturday night, hours before Millette's body was found on Sunday morning in a wooded area. A convicted felon, now charged in multiple crimes that destroyed or turned many lives upside down in a matter of hours.
Given that he was on mandatory release from the Alabama Department of Corrections, when we allege that he committed this crime and other crimes, the state of Alabama has sought and our courts have agreed to no bond on Mr. Butler.
Now, Butler is expected to be extradited back to Georgia at some point to formally be charged for his crimes in Coweta County and Fulton County. Now,
one animal thug blames Uber for sending the lady out so he could kill her. Another young 22-year-old animal thug runs up, tries to steal a 77-year-old lady's car, gets to tussling with her, stabs her to death. Her son comes home, finds his mother stabbed up in the driveway. Another animal thug goes on a rape crime spree with one lady dead. And if I'm the Uncle Tom Coon sellout, what the hell do you call that?